Well, hello, my name is Thomas Smith, and I'm excited to be joining some of the leading Catholic evangelists, teachers, and thinkers in the church today, drawn from the clergy, the religious, and the laity, as we explore together this latest Apostolic Exhortation, Evangelii Gaudium. As we begin this journey together, we thought it would be helpful to say something about what an Apostolic Exhortation actually is. In modern terms, it's a papal document, not published to define a doctrine or change a discipline of the church, but a personal appeal from the Holy Father regarding a specific challenge or issue that the church is facing. So, for example, back in 1974, Paul VI wrote an apostolic exhortation in response to the sharp decline in Marian devotions. For me, it's apostolic in several key ways. Number one, obviously because it's written by the successor to St. Peter, who along with his fellow bishops represents an unbroken chain of authority from Christ until today. It's apostolic because it's calling us back to our apostolic roots, to the mission of the first followers of Jesus, to the simplicity, the boldness, the zeal that characterized those first decades of the church, when Jesus sent the apostles out to the peripheries, literally to the ends of the earth, to gather one covenant family for his Father. And by the way, that early apostolic witness was united with a special regard and care for the poor. You can see that in Acts chapter 2, chapter 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, and all the way through the Acts of the Apostles. So this special call and love that Pope Francis has for the poor and calling the church back to that original mandate is a very important part of recovering the apostolic message. Thirdly, it's not only calling us back to that original mission, but that original message we call the kerygma, the kingdom message of the good news of the gospel. And there'll be more about that as we unwrap this document going forward. Fourthly, it's apostolic because it's challenging us personally to take up that ancient missionary mandate for our time, to be the sent forth ones. That's what apostles means. To be missionaries of mercy, to be heralds of hope. In those ways, and certainly others, this document is truly apostolic. And it's conveying this message to us in the style of an exhortation. Exhortation literally means to thoroughly encourage. It's designed to excite, to uplift, to challenge, to incite, to urge us to act now. In fact, nearly 2,000 years ago, the first bishop of Rome, Peter, wrote an ancient antecedent to apostolic exhortations. It's called 1 Peter. And in the close of that document, he says, "I've written briefly to you, exhorting and declaring that what I have shared with you is truly the grace of God, so stand fast in it." Pope Francis begins this document with a wish to encourage the Christian faithful to embark on a new chapter of evangelization. In the document, you'll discover that Pope Francis is largely informal, personal, frank, and most of all, challenging. In fact, if you're not challenged by this document, you better check your pulse. He's asking us to think outside the box, to break out of that attitude of this is the way we've always done it, to truly be the light to the world and the salt of the earth that Jesus called us to be. But to do that, we've got to get out of the salt shaker. We've got to go to the peripheries. We've got to take that apostolic mandate forward, because Peter and Paul never made it to Poughkeepsie, New York, or Pocatello, Idaho, near where I live, but you did. You are helping to carry the gospel to the ends of the earth, to finish, really, the mission and the message of the Acts of the Apostles. I can't wait to begin this journey with you, and I look forward in anticipation to all of the insights I'm going to learn from the contributors to this great project. They're going to help us understand the call, the invitation, the challenge of this mandate to the body of Christ. And I can't think of a more fitting time to do it than during this season of Advent, this season of great joy, one of the wonderful themes of the document. So I want to thank Kelly Walquist and all those who are involved in this project for taking the initiative, and I'm excited to be part of it. God bless you.